I'm setting off with my mom on an adventure. But we're leaving stormy Newark and going to sunny Seattle. We land, with the help of the pilots of course, and get our rental car.
Your destination is on the right.
Wow, it's on the right. Oh, cool. It's tourists. Cary Park is just north of Seattle, and we got our first of many amazing views of the city. We make our way down to Olympic Sculpture Park. We head towards the Space Needle because we're basic like that, but we got a chance to go through the Chihuly Glass Gardens, which was one of the prettiest parts of our time in the city. So pretty, I forgot to record, which will be a recurring theme in this video. Do it again. We had dinner near the Space Needle, and I took some amazing pictures on film, which I'm saving for another video coming soon. Then, we went up to the Needle to see the skyline. So even though I brought my film camera, I wanted to make my digital pictures look like they were from film too. These have some heavy grain, but it takes away from the dust that's been stuck to my sensor all year. Let's listen to the elevator guy explain a view that I ignored to watch the skyline.
140 miles to the northwest. If you look straight ahead, you can see Bainbridge Island, and behind that would be the Olympic Mountain Range, which is on the Washington State Peninsula. As we descend, you can see the Seattle Center campus, which is where the 1962 World's Fair happened, of which we were built for. Directly below us will be Chihuly Garden and Glass next door. As we reach the Space Base gift shop, restrooms will be to the left, mile around to the right.
I'm good. The next morning starts at Pike Place Market on the Seattle waterfront. At the first Starbucks, we get a nice drink, and we make our way to the chewing gum wall. I love chewing gum. Close enough. Oh wow, that's a lot of gum. Where's this at? Oh.
If you get up close, you can see steam coming out.
As we find our adventures on the Bainbridge Island ferry, the city turns to a small line on the horizon. Rainier still looms over the sound as we cross, but the loud whipping winds slow getting off the ferry so we can relax and shop on the island. From there, we start our drive to the Peninsula, enjoying the increasingly beautiful views. Cheers. That means you gotta put it in your mouth. We stop in Sequim, avoiding the crowds of the lavender fields because we accidentally booked the trip for a week before. A few cheers of lavender ice cream and lemonade later, and we're off to the scariest part of our trip yet. I'm sending this to Dad. Let me catch up with you. To be honest, I didn't get many pictures as we drove up because we were a little nervous on the single-lane gravel mountain roads. The views were amazing, but a car behind us stalled out and it probably wasn't fit for the drive. Here's my mom to explain. Oh, it's such a beautiful view. And Dad, there's Port Angeles right there. I'll zoom in for you. Oh.
I have a message for Dad. If Dad was the one driving this, he would be calling Will a stupid.
Yeah, whoever chose this road was... Oh my God, there's Port Angeles. The other side would have been a lot scarier. But... Alright, we just came back from
I survived.
Scariest dirt road that my mom's ever taken.
And this is not an alcoholic drink, it's lemonade.
Lavender lemonade.
Yes.
Oh, they probably saw it earlier in the video, but... Oh, there's wolves. Those are wolves.
Take a picture.
No, they're dogs.
No, those are wolves.
They're dogs.
Take a picture.
Dude, they're wagging their tails and they have their tongue out. Those are dogs. It's a beautiful drive. After dinner in Port Angeles, we had a plan. See, the visitor center in Hurricane Ridge said that the mountain was closed for the day due to crowds, but I asked a park ranger where we can view the stars the best in the park to confirm that a place we're going to later is the best. He said that they reopen the gates at 9 for stargazers here, so we jumped on the opportunity, and what an amazing opportunity it was. It's definitely grainy as grain. It's my first real crack at astrophotography, and while I have a long way to go, I'm happy with what I got.
Cheers.
Some donuts from the Sasquatch Bakery were some of the best I've had. Oh, cool. That looks so cool. Pretend cheers.
I already took a bite.
Oh, that was really good. Beautiful Port Angeles. But as we ate at Edith's Hook overlooking the city, the two of us got some news on today's plans. Port Townsend was so cool they named a whole town after it. Because of the wind, they canceled our watch from Port Angeles and moved the whale watch to Port Townsend. Armed with my 55-210, I was ready for anything. Through a foggy storm, through the San Juan Islands, and while we didn't know it, the orcas we saw were in Canada, just off Vancouver Island. And they're hitting the horns to let the boats know to slow down, to protect the animals. Oh, God.
External ear flaps, so they have little ears, whereas seals do not. Seals will have a flat head. This is from the smell, the true 4D experience. A little bit, not bad.
Oh yeah, they're still big. Oh, look at this little one crawling up. Oh, there's a big guy.
So we went to a Canadian national park by accident, saw some beautiful lighthouses, and only wasted 2 hours of driving. Looking back, I feel so bad for my my mom. Traffic circle cheers, I'll hit you. To the long drive west towards Crescent Lake. Look, that's so blue. After spending a year in line for the gift shop and bathroom, we got some beautiful shots on Highway 101. Then, after missing the turn and pulling a Yui, we head to the Solduck Rainforest, the first of 3 that we'll visit. While the sun lowers in the sky, we make our way back to Crescent Lake for dinner, and the views do anything but disappoint. Cheers.
Cheers. Wait, where are we? Crescent Lake.
Crescent Lake. Hotel toast.
Leftover donuts.
The next morning, we head down the Juan de Fuca coast to another beautiful spot, but I think we can say that about every inch of this road. I thought so too. We got rained on for a few minutes, the only storm of the trip. It's going right over the harbor now. Some copyrighted music to keep us awake later, and the sun peeks out in Siku. At the corner of the contiguous U.S., sea stacks dot the coast, and the beautiful tidal ecosystems brighten the shoreline. It's a truly unique part of the country, so we took it all in before visiting a museum on the local tribes.
Whatchamacallit?
We had lunch and stopped in Forks, while visiting some really cool museums there too. Forks. Hopefully they have those where we're going. The beaches at La Push are popular, and your experience really depends on the specific beach and the tide. On the other side of the river is Rialto Beach, where we got some more tide pools and sea stacks. We saw a Japanese fishing buoy, which probably drifted there from the 2011 tsunami. And in the tide pools, sea stars and anemone gave color to the rock. Forks seems to be strained during peak tourist season, so all the restaurants had 2-hour-long waits. Since we needed to move, we got sandwiches at a grocery store.
Cheers. Everything else was closed.
Cheers.
Cheers. Muffins.
We stayed near the second rainforest in the Ho Valley, but it took some misty driving and copyrighted music to get to the visitor center.
Oh.
What is it?
Elf.
Yeah, but that's unethical. I spent a lot of time not recording because every view was just so breathtaking. This was the coolest part to get on my film camera, so I hope to show those soon. Oh man.
Cheers.
Cheers. Come on. You can't tell that's not California.
Must be another beach over there because.
This is where I really stopped recording. We went to Ruby Beach and Calilock Beach, but they were both crowded. Then we went to the Quinault rainforest, whose lodge I have some mixed opinions on. We were tired, but still managed to have some fun, making fun of the annoying people at the lodge restaurant. Remember when I said I asked the park ranger to confirm a stargazing spot for later? Well, this was it, at Lake Quinault. Wow, you can see it right here. Cheers.
Cheers. We have nothing to eat because we're stuck in a 4-hour traffic jam in the middle of East Jabib, Olympia.
Okay, no one knows what East Jabib is. We're in a development. Our final day in Washington was defined by traffic. Google Maps detoured us from I-5 through a random Olympia housing complex.
Story time.
Turn left.
We want to make sure that we're in front of this Coke truck that cut us off.
Tacoma Walmart. Cheers.
Cheers. Subway.
Yeah, I'm not really.
We got some more pictures in Chinatown and got just enough time to make it to a Mariners game. We got ourselves a little Seattle specialty.
Alright, we have crickets. Cheers. They're pretty good, actually. Yeah, no, they're pretty good. That lady was right.
Last night, cheers. Cheers. Last time.
So our trip was finally over. I'm fairly happy with a lot of the pictures, and I'm definitely proud of a few. This part of the country is so beautiful, and I'm lucky I got to witness it. Anyway, thanks for watching.